I am getting 3 friendly squawks on radar. Can I please get an identification? This is Commander Jordan. I can confirm that is Regal Lance moving on to your position. Great, glad to have you finally. Oligopolmart responded a lot quicker than we thought they would. They got light and medium bots running around outside the base. They keep showing up as friendlies on the IFF. Don't know how they're doing it. They're not the right bots for that sort of thing. In any case, our automatic weaponry won't fire at them. To make matters worse, they keep dropping off a radar. We can't track them down. Oligopolmart may not adapt very well, but they respond to a static base very efficiently. No kidding. I was hoping the counterattack was going to be more like a big belly flop. We were prepared for that. Tito, are you seeing anything suspicious on radar? Negative, senor. Our equipment's not better than what Planet Riley has got, but it looks like the typical Oligopolmart jab and uppercut to me. Now, just what is the Oligopolmart jab and uppercut? Quick jab pops the head back a bit, exposes the chin, then boom, uppercut. Well, we're keeping the trouble under control. I got our lances moved out a little bit to keep them at arm's length. Colonel Jackson, that is your chin exposed. Bring your troops back to base. We gotta do something. Our perimeter defenses ain't working. I got a hit on radar. He's a jumper.
Regal Lance, fire at will, but do not pursue the target. Proceed directly to Nav Alpha.
I always think that jump jets are the craziest thing. Yes, if you want a flying robot, just make a jet.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't have the advantage of... I don't know, that's a good point, I guess.
You wouldn't have the advantage of the taxpayers paying you to build jump jets.
See, I feel like whenever we have these conversations, I never understand the broader politics.
Target down.
Thank you much, Regal Lance. If y'all can flush more of them out of there on your way over here, that'll save us a heap of trouble.
I will keep my eyes peeled.
You know what I vote? Yes. We should run a jump jet squad with chainsaw arms.
Chainsaw arms, huh? Well, you guys really want me to break my back when it comes time to file that paperwork with Planet Riley.
Got another jumper. It's a New Zeal.
Same order as the first. Engage but do not pursue.
He's not going anywhere. We trashed one of his legs.
Maybe we can just scare him away now.
That's a negative, Regal 2. If I can ask y'all to get a shack on that target, they're better off destroyed than running around, even if they're running slowly. A stealthy pair of particle cannons is a stealthy pair of particle cannons, senor. I still can't figure out how they got to be stealthy in the first place. We must have had some kind of security breach. I don't know. So what are you saying? You think you've got a spy in your tech crews? No, I don't really have reason to believe that. I guess I'm just running my mouth off. Could just be general technical problems. This is the first time that our base has seen enemy contact, so maybe we weren't configured correctly. We're gonna have to run some kind of diagnostic on it.
Target down.
Good work, Regal Lance. Go ahead and move to Nav Alpha. If your tech guys can't set up equipment properly on the first time, good luck, senor. The higher-ups consider this technology to be classified, so we've got one guy that can operate it. Also, it's cutting edge, so the guy has no experience with it. Well, I guess there's something to be said for old equipment you have a grasp on, senor. Hey, I'm getting some hits on radar headed towards Nav Alpha.
Are they coming up from behind us?
I showed them coming from the west, behind Colonel Jackson's defensive position, which is kind of weird. Wait, you showed them coming from the west, already behind our defensive position, and yet they're moving east towards our defensive position. Are y'all sure you ain't looking at your radar upside down? No, senor, it's right side up.
I have got a hit on radar. It's a Shadow Cat. There's the searchlight. I can confirm the enemy is behind Colonel Jackson's position, moving towards the defensive position.
What the hell? Is there some kind of advantage to attacking that position from the rear?
No, darling, I cannot say there is. I can't imagine how they got behind us, but I guess they're lost. Might as well capitalize on this opportunity. I'm calling our guys back and getting our guard towers on manual targeting.
Well, sounds like they set up the jab adequately enough, but they completely whiffed on the uppercut.
I don't know about that, senor. I'm showing a second wave coming in, but it looks like they're diverting towards Colonel Jackson's base. I guess they realize they're in the wrong spot. I ain't showing nothing on long-range radar. If we live through this, I am gonna raise so much cane with Jerry. What's the ETA on that second wave?
Oh, I'd give it about 3 or 4 minutes, senor.
Alright, we'll make it.
Thank you for your assistance, Regal Support. We probably would have been hit by the worst of it without you.
Well, no problem, senor. And also, hey, if you ever need advice on running away, we can give that to you, no problem.
Thank y'all, Regal Support. I will bear that in mind.
Looks like the enemy is breaking off and headed southward. Took one of them down.
Regal 1, stick to Nav Alpha. Regal 2 and 3, go ahead and mop up any stragglers.
I am on them like the sharp-toothed dog. Yes.
I got some more hits on radar. Looks like really slow airplanes.
Yeah, those are Shilohs, senor. I don't know what they're useful for, tactically speaking. They're probably the slowest aircraft in the universe, and I guess they carry really big bombs, but they never make their targets. Well, if I had to guess, they must be made out of the same stuff as a normal airplane, because they're going down with a single punch. Yeah, they're probably better thought of as like a high-flying hovercraft. After all, they're not really aircraft so much as they are barely off the stupid ground craft. Regal 1, going in for repairs. I will never figure out how they fit all the ammo into these repair bays. Ray, we're no longer showing anything headed towards you. Go ahead and move south to Colonel Jackson's base. I cannot believe that Planet Riley has not been able to beat Oligopolmart off. Yeah, we've been saying the same thing for years, but sooner or later you realize that you're giving a haircut to a giant. All that hacking away you're doing is just totally superficial. How do you bring down a giant so big that the pain signal doesn't even reach the brain for 2 centuries? I think a lot of people are content to make a parasitic living in the rotting wounds and necrotizing tissue. Darling, you don't sleep a whole lot, do you? Why? What makes you say that?
Do not listen to her, Jordan. Yes, I thought that was a very beautiful use of imagery.
Some people might say it was a little bit morbid, but if you really expand on it, maybe it would make a really good poem.
Huh. Well, Sydney, I always kinda wondered what you and Peyton must have in common.
What's that? A shared interest in a certain kind of poetry?
That and the pert buttocks. Yes.
In Peyton's humble opinion, I don't personally rate myself too highly.
There is nothing wrong with your figure, yes? It is because you are too self-critical.
I don't know, I look in the mirror and I just don't feel like I'm in very good shape. Do you guys ever feel that way?
Regal 2, I look in the mirror and I think to myself, the enemy is moving towards my base at a rapid rate, and I have a real problem with that.
Oh my gosh, I have that same problem.
Really? Do y'all want to talk about it? Because I have been itching for friends to talk about this problem with.
Do you feel like it negatively impacts your confidence?
Somewhat.
Okay. Colonel Jackson, I'm sorry I got angry with you.
Y'all are angry with me? I didn't realize. I thought we were just joking around.
Oh. Colonel Jackson, I'm sorry I told you that I was angry.
That's okay, darling. I appreciate the honesty. We got incoming hostiles, senors. Coming in from the west, gonna be there in about 30 seconds. We're ready for him. Where's Regal 1? She's the heaviest thing we got.
I'm coming.
Same ETA on Regal 1, senor.
Colonel Jackson promised us big robots. Yes. How come I don't see them out here on duty?
They're being prepped for assembly. We gotta put them together in the hangars, so make sure at least one of those 2 buildings remains standing. Otherwise, y'all can't get your new toys.
I will be very, very sad if that turns out to happen. Yes. I assume they are heavily defended already.
Yes, at the forward perimeter that has been bypassed completely by the enemy, we have established a line of defensive turrets. Now, if the enemy gets behind these somehow, then, theoretically, the hangars are gonna be exposed, so you guys are gonna need to watch out for them.
I am not sure if I like all this sass coming over the radio.
Prioritize defense of those hangars, Regal Lance.
Thank you, Jordan, I gathered that much. Yes, I don't need you reaffirming everything that Colonel Jackson spouts at me.
Sorry, y'all, don't mean to make tension. I used to be a drill sergeant. It kinda shows. Well, I will take that as a compliment. Based on y'all's volatile reactions, I assume you don't make a lot of use of the position yourselves. We do a lot of trial by fire these days.
It is a good way of learning things, if I may opine.
Well, once we're done with this, how would y'all like a little bit of extra training?
No, no, no.
Actually, I wouldn't mind a little extra training.
Sydney! No!
Actually, yes, some dedicated training would be extremely helpful to us.
No! Yes, no.
Oh, I heard a yes from Regal 3, so I think we've got a near consensus. How about it, Regal 1? Want to make it unanimous?
No, no, yes. Curse you!
I guess I will go along with whatever happens. Okay, I'm gonna beat that passivity right the heck out of y'all. Oh my god, I'm picking up a giant explosion by the fuel tanks. Did we just lose the fuel tanks?
There was some crossfire and the enemy was there. Target down.
Ah, man. Fuel tanks, explosions, training. Hey Ray, you remember your first training session? Memories.
Damn it, that was our whole stop. God, that's gonna slow us down.
We can spot you a bit, but we don't have a whole lot in the first place. It's alright, we got some put away for emergency, just not a lot to get us through. Just make sure those hangars don't get messed up.
Okay, I'm on it. Target down.
We just lost a hangar! Is it under control over there?
Yeah. I'm only showing one enemy left on scope, and nobody's by the hangars. So, we only need one, right?
Bare minimum, darling.
Well, okay, I'm closing in on the last enemy. We have established bare minimum results, at least.
I wouldn't beat yourself up, senor.
The enemy has done everything they had to do and penetrated deep into our position. So, bare minimum is pretty good. Alright, Regal Lance, just wrap this up, we'll get y'all a bunk, get your bots assembled, and bring you out here to get some training.
Oh, I do not want to be disciplined! Jordan!
I'm showing we lost a storage facility.
Target down, scope is clear.
We are gonna spend a lot of time on training you, Regal Lance.